Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, two things I believe are critical to women's equal participation in the life of this province: economic equality and representational equality. So to the President of the Treasury Board. Today is the 100th anniversary of International Women's Day. Let's do a report card. With less than 10 exceptions, why is it that none of the rest of the government agencies, boards and commissions has enough women appointed to achieve the critical mass necessary for equitable representation?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I got to tell you, I would be the last one to suggest that there was anything about the total respect and equality in my life for women. But I got to say this: these boards and agencies that are mandated to run the different responsibilities they have a job to do first. And while we all need to work in our lives and in government to provide opportunities for women to achieve those goals, it can't come at the expense of the skills that are in that board. Why there are not as many women, I can't tell, Mr. Speaker. Possibly there weren't as many applications, but the fact is this government is very committed to equality.
Honourable member.
Oh, what a Neanderthal.
With respect, that is utter nonsense. To the same minister, given that this government has contracted delivery of many services to not-for-profits, which have predominantly female employees receiving lower pay and fewer benefits than in the public sector, how much has the government closed that wage gap? By how many cents per hour?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I have no idea what the wage gap is and how much it has closed or not closed.
The Honourable Member.
Well, you are the minister in charge of the Treasury Board. Let me try one more time. To the same minister, given that the poorest families are those headed by single-parent females, and although 70% of them are working, they still have just 1/8 of the assets the average Canadian family enjoys. What has this government done to reduce this gap in the last 5 years?
The Honourable President.
Mr. Speaker, I got to tell you, when we hire, we don't hire based on whether they're a man or a woman. We hire on credentials, and our paychecks don't know where they're going. We do not discriminate at any level in this government. To suggest that somehow Alberta is different from the rest of the world, where across the world we recognize that there's a long way to go so women to achieve final equality. To try and push out some of the good work the corporate human resources have done in departments in this government is the bull.